Hiya. I just wanted to make this quick video because I want to describe to something that happened to me, which is really weird. It's about the only supernatural, strange thing I've ever seen. And this happened when I was an atheist. So I mean, this was last year, I think, in the summertime. And basically, I was out fishing, and it was stormy weather. Like last year and the year before, I couldn't get enough of fishing. I'd be out in all weathers, and this happened on the west shore. Anyone that knows the area will know this part of the coastline, and it's called Twin Sisters. Anyone that knows fishing will know this. On the west shore. But to get down to this place, what you had to do was go down a very steep path. Now, if you imagine you've got your path here, and you've got a concrete wall there, and you've got someone's house. I think it's dropped down actually a level. So you've got concrete wall all the way down, then you've got a path all the way down, and then on this side of it, you've got all bushes and trees and stuff. Now, what happened was I went down this path, and it was at high water, and then I shimmied along the edge of the rock, so as far as I could go, which was just underneath this, just underneath this stair gantry type thing, unused. So, and there's a door at the top of it which was locked. I was at the bottom coastline here, and I could see the storm over coming from the southwest, and I could see it roaring, and oh, it's beautiful. It was like colours, and I could see the ripples. Don't know if anyone's ever seen this and or noticed it, but because it's really shallow and it's flat calm, it was that night, I could see the ripples coming from the southwest upwards, and it was rippling across tide. The tide went that way, and the ripples were coming this way. It was lovely stormy weather, you know. But something really strange happened. First strange thing that happened was a woman come along, and she started swimming in the water, and obviously thunderstorms. The water's I've been told that the water temperature rises from storms. So I said, "Oh, is it warm, love?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then I was thinking, you know, where she was swimming, it was over a really rough, jaggedy rock. You know, people know the area, know that swimming over the, you know, just left of the Twin Sisters there's still rock, and really jaggedy rock, and you've got pipes, rusty pipes and stuff. So I was, you know, oh, she must know what she's doing, blah blah blah. After she left, then this is what really scared me, sort of thing. And this is really weird now, but I'd seen the bush on fire, and basically where the fire was at the bottom of the path. So I didn't have anywhere to go. I couldn't shimmy along the coast anymore because of the height of the rocks and the height of the water, you know. So I was basically blocked off. The only way I could go was up that gantry, and well, I would have had to kick the door in somehow, or you know. But I had the dog with me, so I didn't want to. I couldn't climb because I had the dog with me at the time. And then this fire was roaring to the point I was like, is anyone going to call the bloody fire engine, because you know this is getting bad now. And it was right with the path, so I wouldn't have had anywhere to get out, and I could see it, the smoke rising from this fire. And now here's a weird thing, I sort of kept calm and carried on fishing, and it died down and went. So I was like, phew. And then after I finished fishing, and I remember that night actually. No, I remember it like it was yesterday, and I got snagged up, line snapped, and I lost the rig. I thought, F this, I'm going home. And as I was going home, I noticed that the fire had gone. You know, you know, when I was there, you could see it roaring, like, you know, it looked pretty big, like. But as I was walking past this pathway, I noticed that I couldn't find I couldn't smell anything, I couldn't hear any smoulders, I couldn't see anything smouldering, and then I actually started looking for this fire, and I couldn't find it. You know, I looked on the beach, I thought it might have been some seaweed, I looked in this person's garden, I couldn't. You know, I knew roughly about where it was. I looked at bushes, none of them, nothing was burnt. and I was like, did it happen? I mean, it just seems, you know, when you see a fire, you can usually smell it. There was no smell. There was no visual. Sorry, there was no. Couldn't smell anything, couldn't see anything, and I couldn't hear anything smaller. It was as if it never really happened. Now, this was like an atheist, when I was an atheist, so, you know, before anyone makes any sort of comments, that you gotta remember that I didn't know nothing about God at the time, like, but I kind of kept this to myself, but I thought that I might share it, because I know one other person, a woman, that's had a similar experience to this, but I don't know anyone. I've never even heard of anyone mentioning something like this, and it's very blatant. You know, I wasn't drunk, or, you know, I've done drugs for a long time, you know, and it was very real. If that makes sense. You know, it's not the only thing that I've seen other stuff, but obviously that's a different story. But this burning bush, I mean, burning trees, like, you know, I'd love to know if anyone else has had any experience like this. So you know, it'd be nice if, you know, people were in the same boat, so to speak, because this is weird. Like I say, I'm not crazy or nothing, but this is weird. So if anyone has ever experienced this, then give us a shout. Take care, peoples.